Now let's discuss about the input function in a Python. So input is an important function. This generally we use to take a user input dynamically. Let's take one example. So till now what actually we were doing, how actually we were defining a variable. So first we were giving the variable name and we were passing the value. But in this case you can see this value is a, we are doing a hard coding, right? Now suppose you have a scenario. Let's take one example. Let's take an example of the Facebook. In a Facebook, whenever you have to logins, we get a two options. Once you have to pass the email and also you have to pass the password. Then only you will be able to log in. So in this case, what generally happen during the runtime, every user enter their email and the password, then only they will be able to log in that case we don't do any hard coding, right? So how actually we can build this? So in that kind of scenario we use a input function. Let's take a same example. What I will do, I'll create a one variable email, and what I will write, I'll write input. Input is the function. After input you have to open a bracket. What I will write, enter your email address. So what I am writing, I'm writing email input, enter your email address. Now what I will do, I'll do the print email. Now let me execute this. If I'll execute, what actually it is saying, enter your email address. So if I'll enter email address abc at the rate gmail.com, you can see what actually it is printing. It is printing the abc at the rate gmail.com. Now let me execute again. In this case, suppose I will give def at the rate gmail.com. If I'll enter, you can see def at the rate gmail.com, it is entering. So whenever we are running the code on that time, how actually we can dynamically take a user input. In that kind of the case, we use a input function. I hope you got the idea. So similarly you can do, suppose I'm taking a user email and also I'm taking a password. So I'll make input same, enter your password. Now if I will execute this, so you can see first it is asking email address. So let me give abc at the rate gmail. Now if I enter, it is asking enter your password. Let me give 12345, and if I'll enter, you can see this got printed. So whenever you have to take a user input dynamically, we can use the input function. Now one thing you have to remember, whenever we use an input function, whatever the output we get, right, that type is a string only. Let's take one example. Suppose I'm creating one variable num, and if I'm writing input and I'm writing any number, enter any number. If I'll write and I will num, print num. So if I'll execute this, first we have to enter any number. So if I'll enter 10 and if I'll execute, 10 will be printed. But if you want to check what is the data type of this, so what we can write, type, print type and the num. Now if I'll execute and if I'll write 20, you can see it is a string type. Even though I have entered 20, but it is considering as a string type. So always remember, whenever we use input function, it always take us a string. In that case we had to do a typecasting. So that is our second topic, how actually we can do a typecasting. So suppose, let's take an example. Suppose I have a two value, one is the a equal to the 20. Now if I will check what is the type of a, data type of a, it is an integer, right? But suppose if I write a equal to the 20, and what is the type of a, you can see it is string. Even though it is a 20, because it is in a quote, right, it is considering as a string. Now suppose this string you had to convert into integer, how actually you can convert? So what actually you can use, you can do a typecast. So you can use int and whatever the value, right, suppose 20, this value you want to typecast. So what I am doing, I am using a integer, and whatever this value, right, I want to do a typecasting, I want to convert into the integer. Now if I'll execute, you can see it got converted into integer. So this value is string, but we typecasted into integer. Means you can do a change. Like you suppose if it is string and you want to convert integer, and if it is a values, then you can do a typecasting method. Now let's take another example. Suppose if we have a 20.2. Now this value you want to convert into the integer. If I write int and b, you can see this whatever the 20.2 the float value was there, right? We typecasted and the value became the 20. So like that you can convert. Suppose like this you have a string and you want to convert into the integer. You can use a typecasting method. Suppose this is the float value, right? And this you want to convert into integer. That also is possible. Now suppose you have a value like this a equal to the 10. Now this a you want to make it float. So you can write float a. You can see value became the 10.0. So like that we can do a typecasting. We can convert string to integer to float and all. So always remember whenever we use a input function, so that automatically take all the value as a string. Whatever the output we get, that we get as a string. Now if you have to convert into the integer, you can use a typecasting method, and with the help of this like this you can convert string to the integer.